The way may roam, always a hero comes home. He comes when no one has come, but always a hero comes home. Just wait. I told you about acidification, right? The oceans?
I'm still here though.
Like,
It's
about the sun.
The
sun. The solar system.
Yeah, peep my surroundings with a soldier's glare. Looking for a soul to spare, we hurting.
The sun.
Went through the dungeon.
Solar.
I'm so aware. The gutter's
Yes.
colder than the shoulders of a polar bear.
I'm telling you, just put 1 pound of the purest methamphetamine that you've ever had in your life.
Yeah. Another week, another
next to the sun.
And
see what happens.
Ain't unusual. Nah.
That's it.
And they wonder what we shooting for. Real niggas don't
Just
love to
saying.
kill, but we do it though. Moon flickers, so I snicker at the sky, thinking this'll be.
See, the gentleman's like always like, don't make me tell you twice.
Tell my boo-boo where my baby
I tell you over and over and over again,
was
though.
a soldier, so just pray he don't fry. I can't lie, I done cried a dozen times. Bottle to my muscle while I walk a thuggish.
Yeah, but I want you to stop thinking like that. I want you to stop thinking like, because he or she or we or thee or this and they and them don't do what I do, then those people are different. Like, look, I seem like the enemy. It's one of our alma maters, like, I seem like the enemy. To seem like the enemy and actually doing and behaving and becoming the enemy and being the enemy is 2 totally different things. Seemingly and seem are different than, being and behaving and participating and acting. And through actions, is different. Acting is different. But you know what I'm saying.
I ain't superficial. My niggas shooting crystal. Real situations that we're dealing with.
Yes, I believe in the freaking, I believe that there's a reason why. There's a purpose for every reason why. When the military developed this, I was... we actually developed these kinds of things when, how should I be like? How should I be like? What should I be like? I don't know what to say.
For me to fail, Oak Park to East Sac up to the glorious L. I know they praying for me to fail. I don't bite when I write, hog. I got my own story to tell.
Hugs, heavenly hugs.
More than a few of us died before commercial.
Yeah, look, I don't have any problem with it. Trying that. Oh, also, there is gray matter. If there's black matter, don't you think that there's gray matter?
High on a bib, I'm supplying my kids.
Come on.
Sure that my soul is protected because Christ returns unexpected.
You need to put your prejudices aside. Globe. Yes, globe. I'm talking to you. United Nations is the closest thing that I have to something that is remotely in any way, in any shape or form, plausible. What you're doing is you're measuring dicks. Public. What you're doing is measuring dicks.
Even the street agrees with me, my whole
when you should be, working together. Telling you, he's not going to wait. He's not going to wait. God is not going to wait. He will not waste any time. Jesus Christ of Nazareth just was released from the depths of hell and despair in the lake of fire.
He's a drop, I'm a leader. He's Pac, I'm the heater.
And finally made it back to the heavens 7 months ago. In real time, earthly time.
So y'all can hate me now.
Yes. There is heaven. Then there's the heavens, the firmament. He was not going to be allowed back into the heavens due to the mistakes that were made during this creation. Even if it was harassment or anything like that, it's not really harassment if it's just, my freedom of speech. It's hard to find movies, videos, good videos that have the most information that you need on YouTube or on any other platform. But through Facebook, I need to be able to do things too, My name is JENNA RZA RZA. Shout out to that immortal technique. Eliza ELIZA Contla CONTLA. I'm the mother of the champ.
Compare our Premier Estate Copper Gel to the Temper Pro Adapt. Both have the latest cooling technology, but our layers have Jerome's Gel and cooling copper infused gel. And best of all, the Jerome's Copper Gel is $1,300 less, only at the Jerome's Dream Shop.
So, here's the thing. The Holy War. I'm surprised you guys haven't got it right yet. The laws of war. There are laws to war. There are charter laws. Charter laws. I haven't released any of the charter laws yet. It's just been about back up. Until 2025, I said. Oh yeah, Hells Angels. You know. You know. Yes, there are club rules, regulations, I know. So, I mean, it's all about that in terms of like... Well, I mean, you have to pay attention. Pay attention. Global warming, climate change, whoa. It's about ocean acidification. You're all concerned about yourselves. I am concerned about the oceanic species. Also God's creation. Big deal.
I see my friends gunned down. I feel pressure from that. Ain't nothing but death in the trap.
When I was in the Air Force, they had me doing, when I was in the Air Force in my past life, yes, my past life, they had me doing methamphetamine, as my meds, as my medication. I was a Blue Angel. So in order to stay awake during Mach 10, yes, negative G-force, I had to smoke methamphetamine. Is that real or is it real? Oh, metaphysics, people, you need to understand something. Don't disrespect this woman here. This woman. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Gentlemen, in order to be a part of Gems, Gents, and Crooks, the criminals, whatever, yes, you have to be a gentleman. There are just criminals out there. There are. It's just, they're very rare. Like me. No, I'm more of a gentle woman and a gem and a crook. Yeah. Yeah. There are rules to Gems, Gents, Crooks, and Criminals, by the way. Gems, Gents, and Crooks. 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 I didn't add criminals until later, so the champ is like, I mean, the champ is, you'd be surprised.
But you say just trust me, no one can love me the way you do. But although I'm hurting, I give you my burdens, and I wanna die sometimes. But you say just trust me, no one can love me, the Lord knows I cry sometimes. But although I'm hurting, I give you my burdens, and I wanna die sometimes. But you say just trust me, no one can love me the way you do.
What is it to you? I mean, really? What is it to you? Man's law? What is it to you? Oh, it's people's joy, happiness, or it's people's anger and aggression. I mean, yes, it does lead to bad things, but those people shouldn't be doing it then. Yes, that's what vetted means. Well, vetted and you know, Christian and whatnot. Yeah, angels in the flesh can do it. And handle themselves correctly. Be completely moral people. Yeah, highly moral people. Yeah. Well, you gotta understand, it took years and years and years of training for that. To get into Mach 10?
Right back where I started, man.
I was in a division that was like really good.
Yeah. It's been 6 months since I snatched
And I miss
my
John.
pen to write. Overwhelmed by this hell and tremendous plight.
You gotta understand, like, the ocean acidification is, it's like, it's a big fucking problem for me, you know? It's a huge problem for me. Like, I had to film hours and hours and hours and hours of myself just, like, straight fucking, like, emotional pain, emotional struggle, emotional pain and suffering and suffrage and suffer, spewing out into the world. Yeah, they're sitting in my Facebook like, wow. But I'd rather like have it spew out to those that are just like, who are willing to like, you know, watch it, you know, or just willing just to know it. Because I have enemies, you know, I have enemies who don't want me to be happy, who don't want me to be joyful. I don't believe it's one of those. I don't believe it's one of the gentlemen that, you know, that. I don't think it's a man at all. It could be, no, it could be, yeah, it could be.
The rope's too tight on my neck, see. I'm infatuated with the cage. I wouldn't like to be set free. The one's supposed to love me rather fight than
you know,
skip one, skip two.
Plutonia.
Step 3 on the roof with a cross, hoping lightning.
Yeah, Plutonia. That's what you're looking for. Yeah. No, I need it to encapsulate. To encapsulate the gray matter next to Pluto that I had the angel Plutonia put there. Gray matter. Don't do it like, don't trust me where it's like, oh yeah, automatically go do this, that. Get a sample of it first, I guess. Put a sample of ocean water, separate it, NASA, no, I'm talking to you, NASA. Separate the ocean water, and yeah, put some, you know, a little bit of coral reefs in there. You don't have to put any, like, any life form in there. You don't have to, you can put a little bit of plankton. Plankton don't have sentiency. To put some plankton in there. And then put some of the gray matter that's encapsulated in plutonium.
Resurrected in his wounds could make Thomas see.
Can't do that yet? Oh, okay. And a sample of ocean water, and those. See what happens to the coral reefs. See what happens to the plankton. See what happens. I bet you it's beautiful. Nice icy blue. But that's if you what you want to do. You should try it. You can try it. The idea here is that, you know, you need 2 metric tons of each. That's my solution. You need 2 metric tons of gray matter, and you need 2 metric tons of methamphetamine. Yeah, I call it Mecticon Man, because Mecticon Man is an angel in the flesh. Mecticon Man is an angel in the flesh. He's like a god. He's like a god, yes. Yeah. And you if you want to ask if you don't do a sampling, so if you put like a pound of methamphetamine, I call it Mecticon Man. I call it Mecticon Man. Next to the sun, Solar, who is an angel, doing me a favor for this creation. Well, have you been to the core of the sun?
my way home. If you're with me, I've never told you.
I don't know, I respect natives. I respect indigenous people. Sun god, the moon god, and all these things. Have we ever even seen the other side of the moon? I always see the same side of it. I'm just saying. The dark side of the moon. Pink Floyd. I'm Pinky! I'm right here. Stranger. 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 Stranger, 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 stranger,
Hey guys, it's your girl Mabel, and you can listen to my new album, High Expectations, on YouTube Music.
I think it's so strange.
Question: what is repentance unto life?
Oh, this is how I talk to him.
Repentance unto life is a saving grace, whereby a sinner, out of a true sense of his sin, and
I need them to try something because they're going to go retarded pretty soon. They need to do something. Lord, they can't just sit around and do nothing. But the oceans, and the poor ocean creatures are just dying off. I said get Cretan and ask him to produce some saliva for you.
You laughed in my face when I beg you stay. Yeah.
That could give you the answer to sickle cell anemia. You just don't know. You don't know. As far as like no Cretan, like an actual Cretan.
And despite the tears and the way you acted,
that's a sign for Cretan. That's well for the Cretan that I know. What Cretan did you guys get? I wasn't sure. Just ask. Or you can take don't do anything invasive. Invasive would be stupid. That would be stupid. That'd be wrong. An unwilling person? Come on now. Persons means like creatures too. Like yeah, like animals too. Persons, yeah. People is like for like all people, human, Homo sapiens. Beowulf came after or before. After Gilgamesh. Beowulf. I'm Beowulf. I'm also Beowulf. Yeah. I was Mother Mary Immaculate and Mary Magdalene. I was the same woman. It's we aged differently back then. It had been over like what is it like 300 years since I'd seen my son last.
Your flesh is weary, come rest in me like the Sheraton.
Wherein doth repentance unto life consist?
So, yeah.
Repentance unto life doth chiefly consist in two things. One,
Lily and Eve are the same entity. Yes, I have lived and died before.
So iniquity shall not be your
yes.
He that covereth his sins shall not prosper, but whose confesseth and forsaketh them shall find mercy.
True. True. Look into my pupils, and I will. Well, this is gonna be watched by like so many different people. Like, weird. Alright. Alright. Well, like I said, well, at least we'll make it to we'll make it past 2025 without any nuclear warfare. But I don't think you want to go to nuclear warfare with us.
In turning unto God, let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts, and let him return to the Lord, and he will have mercy upon him, and to our God, for he will abundantly pardon. We must have conformity to him in grace before we can have communion with him in glory. Grace and glory are linked and chained together. Grace precedes glory as the morning star ushers in the sun.
Yes.
Only the pure in heart shall see God.
Yes. Only the pure in heart shall see God.
Come home, yeah.
Then what is this feeling? Is this bipolar disorder? Is it? I don't know. We're not sure. Right? It's a very good thing, yeah. I'm just telling you, that's just what it is. It's just like, you guys try and control things so much, you know, pharmaceutical companies try and control, like, let's see what this does, we'll do this, we'll say that this means this, and this means that, and this does that, and this does that. It's like, what else? I don't know about those children. It's definitely not me, though. It's not me doing that, that's for sure. It's not me, this person, no. I'm not doing that. They'll disguise it as, like, you know, as if it's like some kind of like disease, it's like some kind of skin disease or something. But I believe it's acidic burns, and yes, and literal burns from flames. Yes, in the pharmaceutical buildings. Yes. Sorry. It just takes so long for people to, like, you know, pay attention to, like, you know. I mean, I told Snoop Dogg one time. I don't know if I should be posting these things because, you know, like, they'll come after the people. They'll come after like famous people and stuff. Like, I was like, we're having a Marshall Mathers freaking like Facebook. We're having a Marshall Mathers Facebook. Yeah, what's going on with that? Like, what's happening? Are you guys attacking the music industry's famous people? Are you attacking the Illuminati? Because, like, the Illuminati's like pretty, like, they make it seem like they're doing something bad. They're not. But, like, there's, like, people, like, in the political world that, like, do weird things, you know, weird shit. But some of the people that, like, are, like, you know, literally, like, about the Illuminati is about, yeah, that's how it's supposed to be said. That's what it's supposed to be said. It's about the Pharaoh and the Pharisee, the king and queen of Egypt, the true inheritors of the earth. That's really crazy, huh? Yeah, like, because it's like there's three of them that are like three and three. Three. I'm the Pharisee. To seem like the enemy. It's a big thing for us, to seem like the enemy. It's a huge thing for us. I don't want you hurting any of them. I don't want you hurting any of the famous people because they're rich and talented. I don't want you hurting any of the elites because they're good at sports or they're elitist. Do you know what that even means? I mean, really? Sometimes it's the government regime. Sometimes it's this and this and that. Other times it's this and this and that. Every time we become something, every time we do something, it just becomes more and more and more of a problem. Like, one time we weren't in the FBI, and then the next thing you know, the FBI are the bad people.
In the right hand of him
are the enemy.
seated on the throne, a scroll written within and on the back, sealed with 7 seals. And I saw a strong angel proclaiming with a loud voice, "Who is worthy to open the scroll and break its seals?" And no one in heaven or on earth or under the earth was able to open the scroll or to look into it. And I began to weep loudly because no one was found worthy.
If none of you guys can do this, if you human beings cannot do something righteous,
weep no more.
You will
behold, the Lion of the
die.
tribe of Judah, the root of David, has conquered, so that he can open the scroll and its 7 seals. And between the throne and the 4 living creatures and among the elders, I saw a lamb standing, as though it had been slain, with 7 horns and with 7 eyes, which are the 7 spirits of God sent out into all the earth. And he went and took the scroll from the right hand of him who was seated on the throne. And when he had taken the scroll, the 4 living creatures and the 24 elders fell down before the Lamb, each holding a harp, and golden bowls full of incense, which are the prayers of the saints. And they sang a new song, saying, "Worthy are you to take the scroll and to open its seals, for For you were slain, and by your blood you ransomed people for God, from every tribe, and language, and people, and nation. And you have made them a kingdom and priests to our God, and they shall reign on the earth.
Did you know that a harp chulo?
I heard around
A
the
harp
throne
chulo.
of the living creatures and the elders the voice of many angels,
It's called harp chulo.
numbering myriads of myriads and thousands of
Harp
thousands,
chulo.
saying with a loud voice, Worthy is the Lamb who was slain, to receive power and wealth and wisdom and might and honor and glory and blessing. And I heard every creature in heaven and on earth and under the earth and in the sea and all that is in them saying, To him who sits on the throne and to the Lamb be blessing and honor and glory and
Isn't it a ram?
forever and ever.
Is it a ram?
And the four living creatures said, Amen. And the elders fell down and worshipped.
Worthy is the Lamb of God. 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 Oh yeah, yes, worthy is the Lamb of God. Oh yeah, 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 worthy is the Lamb of God. Oh, worthy is the Lamb of God. Worthy is the Lamb of God.
So strange. So strange, huh? Strange. Oh.
If life is a hurricane, love is the shelter where I find refuge. A peace that overcomes the wind and the rain.
You know,
The tidal wave of past regrets can no longer destroy me. Cover me in your freedom, and I will rest. I will rest forever.
there's a kid over here, and he's like super like excited because he's like a leader of like the geoengineering department. He's like 16 years old. He's like one of the smartest kids in the world. And it's like in a community college, but it's the best geoengineering department in the world because he's now their leader. Yeah. I can see it in the future, yeah. Yeah. All omniscient, all omniscient, all omniscient, all omniscient, all omniscient, all omniscient. Well, it's all omniscient because I need you to hear the sound of it. You need to know why it's important. All omniscient because that is the only thing that we are capable of doing without being invasive upon others. Because everything needs to be permitted. You need to request other people's permission to communicate with them in an omniscient way. Because God is all omnipotent, all omniscient, and all omnipresent. He is all omniscient. Meaning He is in your thoughts. He knows every thought and every intention you've ever had in your unconscious, subconscious, and conscious levels. There are other levels of consciousness, by the way. I believe there are 11 to be exact.
But you're sheltered from the rain, the torment, and all the pain. So how can I ask for more?
So, the idea here is that all omniscient to be chanted, because you have to start thinking about like why the Muslim religion even, like why, like, you know, it's like Christianity, Judaism, all of this is like, whatever. Coexist. So in order to, like, you know, it's like all omniscient. The God conscience. I called it the God conscience. In my teachings, I called it the God conscience. I started teaching about God conscience when I was, I don't know, in my unconscious, probably like really little, but like I wasn't aware of it. But when I started speaking about the God conscience, I was probably about 15, or yeah, probably 15. To my friends, just my friends. And then, yeah, so then at that point it's like, you know, he gives us sentiency, he gives us the ability of thought. To be conscious aware people. Be conscious aware Homo sapiens. Did you know that there's still Neanderthal blood in the world? My mother is like 1% Neanderthal. Ugh, scary. Ugh, scary. Very scary. I mean, it's just like one of those things where I'm just like, oh. But you have to know that there's such thing as Neanderthalism. But it's almost, you know, worked out its kinks. Actually, it's already been worked out, and it's just I've come back and lived a life where it's like, you know, I have to remember that it's there, that Neanderthalism is still there. Neanderthals were the worst. Ugh, man, they were just so evil, just so wicked, so wrong, so unrighteous, so wrong. You know, even in the Holocaust, there wasn't very much Neanderthal around us. I think, no, when my husband had to be eaten alive. And in one of the Holocausts. There was more than one Holocaust, by the way. We even had an American Holocaust here with the Japanese or the Asian people, the Asian culture. Yeah. That was a form of Holocaust. You know that they're looking for the sacrament. That's all they're looking for. The evil ones, like the bad guys. Because they want to become all powerful and all that. Like the Illuminati that does wicked things to babies and stuff, which is not everyone who's associated with the Illuminati, by the way. Okay, because I know in my heart of hearts that Marshall Mathers he's not like that. That's wicked. Like, he's a good man, you know. He's a good man. He is. Seriously. Like, I'm just saying that there's some people that are like associated with it that don't do those things, you know. But like in the Illuminati, that kind of like was like, you know, because like, look, the Aryan Brotherhood, they took a name of like that was supposed to be a blessing upon the earth and turned into a curse. So the Aryan Brotherhood, like the Brotherhood, you know, were the racist guys, yeah, that they're wrong. It was supposed to be, it is meant to be Aryan Brethren. I've already explained that in the last video. A good thing, good people, good men and women. From the heavens is Aryan, the word Aryan. What's up, Ari? How you doing? How you doing, Arafat? How you doing, Arafat? I miss you. And, you know, what was I talking about just now? Oh, the Illuminati is one of those things, too. You know, it just kind of got turned into something bad, you know? But that's how you weed out the evil in the world. That's how you weed out the evil in the world. There's just gotta be people strong enough to get to that point and be like, hey, like, yeah.
Baby, there's no need to fear. No, I've always been here.
And everybody's gotta know that, you know? That there's gotta be people that are willing to go in to get close enough to the enemy. But the enemy's always gonna get near me regardless. But like, you know, the enemy's gonna be like trying to get close to me all the time, you know? And in the end, the enemy will try and get close to me, like, try and be close to me all the time. And I would just be like pushing them away, like, no, thank you. Because like I really do, like, I do understand. But then, you know, but at the end of the Holy War, like, you know, in the end of the Holy War, you know, it's meant to be that like, you know, lovers will come together, you know, and that will be like the way it is. But like, yeah, at the end of the Holy War, I mean, Jesus Christ in Nazareth, of course. I mean, He is love, you know? Why wouldn't the world be in His likeness? It'd be weird. It'd be weird for it not to be, right? That the Holy War was like pretty shitty, yeah. Yeah, like I had to like sit next. I remember my past lives, and they were pretty shitty. So. Yeah, I mean, I know for a fact that there's black matter, gray matter, dark matter in space. So that there is gray matter. I know there's gray matter. It's right next to Pluto, on the left side of Pluto. But I don't know if you guys were like capable of being like, you know, conscientious, concise, considerate, and you know, kind people, kind human beings, enough to get that knowledge, the technology even to get that far, and let alone get 2 metric tons of it. It's not my fault. God will do and commit to what He needs to do in order to let you people know. Because it's like, why? You guys are so evil, wrong, unrighteous, so cruel. So stop all the cruelty and stop all the hatred and stop all the bloodshed and stop all the you know, fear-mongering, and just do your duties, do your jobs, live. If something is unethical, then do not do it. Simple as that. If something is wrong, do not do it. There is many leeways, there's many things in this world that I understand. It's like, you know, there's a sin, and then there's like sin, a forgivable sin, and there's like an unforgivable sin, and then there's like wickedness and evil, unrighteousness. You know, I'm telling you, you better watch out. It's not just me. I'm not the only angel in the flesh. That's why it matters most. I just happen to be the queen of the angels in the flesh, which is kind of like, His main concern, you know. Well, I mean, He's God. He's good. He wants to be good to you. He does. It's just on being good to Him. By being unwell to me, by being, you know, hurtful to me. And by being hurtful to others, you're not being good to me. Then you're not being good to God. You see how that works? By being unkind to those babies, those children in the pharmaceutical companies that were adopted, like, have a heart, have a soul. And don't let them try and convince you that there's like something else going on, like, oh, like sickness or disease, and like, oh, no. I believe that there's something, you know, like, you know, some kind of, you know, wickedness about it, you know. Don't play stupid with them, you know. damn you all. Literally, if it came down to it, God damn you all. He loves very much so. You just don't understand. You have to give love to get love. What's up, NF? How you doing? What's up, NF Doom? What you doing? I don't know. It's because I know how this all works, As far as like, oh, so you get some gray matter. Yes, because what will happen is that the gray matter. You have 2 metric tons of gray matter. Yeah, gray matter next to Pluto. Well, human beings, it's not all about who's gonna win the dick measuring contest, the cock measuring contest. It's about saving Mother Earth.
Hey guys, it's your girl Mabel, and you can listen to my new album High Expectations on YouTube Music.
There you go,
For
Mabel.
none of us lives to himself, and none of us dies to himself. For if we live to the Lord. And if we die to the Lord. So then, whether we live or whether we die, we are the Lord's. For to this end, Christ died and
What's
lived
this
again,
bow down anymore?
that he
No, you
might
can
be
bow down.
Lord
It's fine.
both of the dead
You
and
like
of
to
the
bow
living.
anyways, sorry.
Why do you pass judgment on your brother?
Why do you pass
Or
judgment on your
why
brother?
do you despise your brother?
Why do you despise your
For we
brother?
will all stand before the judgment seat of God. For it is written, As I live, says the Lord, every knee shall bow to me, and every tongue shall confess to God.
I loved you first, and I loved them next. I paid my dues, I ain't
So,
got no
yeah, the gray matter, you need 2 metric tons of it. 2 metric tons of it. Plutonium. In your periodic table, there is something called plutonium, right? Plutonium? That's what you want to encapsulate. Well, they couldn't decide that, or... What's wrong with you? Oh my god. So I do everything? We do everything? Oh my god. Good lord. In heaven. That's how, when I say God damn it, God, or use the Lord's name in vain, I'm not using his name in vain. Sometimes I'll just be like, Jesus Christ. But I'm bringing his name up. And it's not in vain. It's not in vain. Because I know God. I know Jesus Christ of Nazareth. I know him well. And he knows me. I'm not more special than you are, but apparently, I mean... Plutonium, yeah. Encapsulate 2 metric tons in plutonium. You guys haven't gathered enough plutonium yet? Okay, I'm not sure. I'm not really sure if there's, like, enough here on Earth. Because otherwise, there should be some that have landed. I'm not sure if there's, like, then you'd have to, then I'd have to request, from other creations, from other intergalactical spaces, of other realms, and other dimensions. I know, it's hard to believe, sorry, that you're not the only ones. You're not the only ones alive ever in the intergalactical space. Human beings, I know you guys think you're all cool, and that you guys are the only things that matter, but, like, you're not the only things that matter, so, yeah, sorry, just had to say that, sorry, Queen Genevieve, I didn't mean to interrupt, I just wanted to say, yeah, you're not the only ones that matter, so, there. Thank you, I appreciate that, I really do appreciate that, thank you. It's not multiple personality disorder because there's, like, it's so vast, there's so many, multiple personality disorder has, like, a cap to it, I think it's, like, 20 personalities or something, right? Psychology? Yeah, I think so. See, when they say, oh, well, like, up to 20 personalities, they're saying, like, that's all they've ever, like, caught. That's all the angels in the flesh that they've ever caught. And killed, probably. Or, like, harassed with medicinal fucking inventions. Medicinal, chains, I guess. Or, like, medicinal... pains. But more than 20? You're looking at a miracle then, right?
Preached your word through the blood and tears. And
it's like feeding the bread of feeding the 5,000 with the 3 loaves of bread, 5 loaves of bread, whatever it was. It's just that all of them were in the God conscience. Ah, in the God conscience, you could feed and clothe each other, you know. And yes, it's possible. In the scientific form of it, I was even so much so being like, you know, like the big bellies and all that stuff, like how they were, like, you know, I don't know. I went through this whole scientific way about it. It just didn't work out that way, so I had to do it in a faithful way, you know, in a way that's kind of like, because I believe in Scientology, I do. There's just only so much you can do with Scientology that miracles can't do themselves.
And to die is gain. If I am to live in the flesh, that means fruitful labor for me. Yet which I shall choose, I cannot tell. I'm hard pressed between the two. My desire is to depart and be with Christ, for that is far better. But to remain in the flesh is more necessary on your account. Convinced of this, I know that I will remain and continue with you all for your progress and joy in the faith, so that in me you may have ample cause to glory in Christ Jesus because of my coming to you again. Only let your manner of life be worthy of the gospel of Christ, so that whether I come and see you or am absent, I may hear of you that you are standing firm in one spirit, with one mind, striving side by side for the faith of the gospel, and not frightened at anything by your opponents. This is a clear sign to them of their destruction, but of your salvation, and that from God. For it has been granted to you that for the sake of Christ you should not only believe in him, but also suffer for his sake.
So there's 116, I think. That's crew 116, and there's also 111. I know of 111. You know, that's 111. Because at some point someone's gonna have to explain all that stuff from 116, right? Because I know certain things that like really don't really pertain to, like, you know, everyone. But I also know some things that don't pertain to everyone, but also to the individual. I already showed you a miracle. I just don't. I took it down. I hid it because I'm an angel of the leap of faith. So I don't know. I have to be up top 30s for like every category and every saint. It's a guarantee I received, actually. I have a purple heart in the heavens with my grandmother, my mother, and I have a golden heart. The only honor of its kind. Well, for me. There are 2 golden hearts, though. Well, every honor of its kind is like really the only honor of its kind, yeah. I'm just saying, if you want to be funny about it. Yeah, the golden heart. Very high, it's very prestigious in the heavens. Me, to the political color, in the flesh, who lives now. Yeah. And, yeah. There's only 2 of those, medals of honor. I'm trying to find my counterpart. Well, I'm trying to find my king.
Dear God, are you in heaven?
Yeah, God is in the heavens. In the heavens. There's a standing king in heaven. I'm telling you this. Verily I say unto thee. He never said we couldn't say verily I say unto thee. Yeah, like I want to say verily I say unto thee. Duh. So like, you take the plutonium, you form it into a capsule. This is a funny part for me, because it's like you form it into a capsule. Come on, engineers, you didn't know how to do that. You build rocket ships, for God's sakes. Come on, NASA. And then you put the gray matter into 2 metric tons of it into the plutonium, seal it off, and then you ship the big pill into the water of the ocean. It's quite hilarious because, like, you know, no one could do it for her, but she could do it for you guys.
Make your voice the most lovely thing I've heard. Help this Christian thing not seem absurd.
Just saying. Just saying. From the book of Just Saying.
I said, God, are you
I'm just saying.
heaven? I need to know because they say you can hear my call. Oh, yes. And I don't mean to be irreverent, Lord knows I don't, but the truth is, I don't feel you at all. And I don't know what to do about the way that I feel. Oh, how can I pursue a decent real heaven? Hey, yeah, help me find my way. Put your path of glory on display. Oh, heaven, help me to know your word. Oh, make your voice the most lovely thing I've heard. Help this Christian thing not seem absurd. Wash me in the water of your word.
So yeah, there's that option. But I'm telling you to test it first. Do your tests first. Test it first. Don't take my word for it. What kind of people would you be? Take my word for it. That'd be weird. But I highly doubt anyone with authority will ever get this message. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's just so many different, you know, evil things in the way, evil, wicked things in the way, you know, that are like, you know, the obstructions of justice, basically. Basically, yeah. To be an obstruction of justice means like you're in the way of something godly, something good and godly. Yeah. So like, yeah, due to selfishness and wickedness and evilness and heinous envy. Yeah. So there's that. Also,
30 years ago, and I could do it again. Cobra Kai.
Oh, the sun solution, yeah.
Now streaming free.
Try that with a pound. I'm telling you the truth, yeah. Go ahead, Nessa, try it. What's it gonna do? What's it gonna do? Ask Mac to come, man. He might have some pure stuff for you. Just to pro bono, just to see, like, yeah. Well, he's actually a scientist, so, you know, you don't have to disregard him or degrade him. He didn't have to do time in prison for anything. Because of your ignorance and your evil ways, because of mankind, supposedly, because of human ignorance and evil and wickedness, because they couldn't contain themselves on it, because they couldn't fucking resist being evil upon it. I mean, really, it's not his fault. You let that man free. Just because he's in the flesh doesn't make him less of an angel. People are insane. Human beings, Homo sapiens, humans in the flesh are really insane. Okay, they're like really crazy. 60% of the world global population are angels in the flesh now, so you better be careful. I'm just saying, 60% of us. And then the 40% of humans in the flesh can become angels if you just like really worked on it. It's a very slow process. I wouldn't jump too much into it without knowing how to do it. Yes, like I'm talking about having wings in heaven. Literal wings, yes. I know some things are metaphors, like, you know, I don't know, whatever, dude, like with symbolism, all that stuff. No. And now I'm talking about like flying in heaven. Some humans are just kind of like really happy just being human, you know? Like very happy just being human, and that's good. That's great. It's wonderful. But in order to counteract the envy thing, that wickedness and evil thing, that Lucifer kind of was about, was that I would be able to make them into angels if they so pleased. Yet they'd have to do it in a way that was very, very, very patient. To wait. To do it patiently. To do it, kindly. It's not for anyone else to lead. The mother of the champ is meant to lead. The father of the champ is meant to lead. It's not for anyone else. This woman right here will show you the way. But you need to listen though, that's all. Professors, lay down your egos, lay down your pride. She just... You understand how it could be like an envy thing? If I don't get my king back, if I don't get my love back, I don't know what will happen to you all. I don't know what happened to you all. I really don't. But, I mean, whatever. It's not whatever. It's just, you've never seen a woman mourn before, that's all. You've never seen, a queen mourn before, that's all. You've never seen her mourn. You've never seen this woman mourn before. You've never seen her mourn. You've never seen her cry before. Because then you'd understand. You'd kind of understand, right? Like to comment. What are you doing? Trying to freaking set the captives free. What are you doing? Yeah. What's going on? I love you. I love you too. Thank you. Make the comment is a good angel in the flesh. Yes, he cooks methamphetamine, the purest of its kind. Now leave him alone. Let him be free. It's the solution to the freaking solar heat that we're feeling. The ocean acidification. We're the solutions to the problems of Earth. Let us do our jobs. Set them free. Non-violent crimes should be looked upon very, 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 very carefully to know the person. To make sure that their accidents happen all the time. But I'm saying that these drug-related charges are just evil, are just wickedness. But if they are non-violent, I mean, of course, it's just the devil trying to keep us locked away. Violence and hatred and affliction. Afflicted upon someone's fleshly body by the hands of someone, literal hands of someone, like, you know what I'm saying? And their force. Those are evil. Those are evil actions. Those are evil things. And those people should be locked up. But even people that even people's money, even if people's money does wicked things, I mean, they should probably be locked up too, I don't know. Just because the government's changing, just because the world is changing, doesn't mean that, I mean, love will conquer all things. Love will conquer all hatred. I will tell you that much. I'm telling you the truth. I called NASA when I was like 5 years old. I talked to Kristen McAuliffe. She used to be just like one of the dispatchers. I think, yeah. I'm not sure if it's this timeline or the timeline before that, but yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, we had to wait at a certain time because, I mean, Time is not meant to be linear, by the way. It's not meant to be linear.
So why would I care to wave my banner when my name won't save a man or even add a minute into his daily planner?
Okay, so if you guys are listening, I don't know, whatever. Okay, yeah, you need 2 metric tons of gray matter and 2 metric tons of methamphetamine, the purest methamphetamine. But do your tests first. Test it first. We don't have much time. No, we don't have much time, Professor. We don't. Was that Stanford scientist? Yeah, we don't have much time on Earth. I'm just saying we don't have much time. But listen to me. So listen to me. If there's black matter, then there's gray matter. Come on now. Think about it. Put your dick measuring sizes poles away and start thinking, politely and courageously. I'm talking about the human species. Yes. Before it was my freedom on the line. Now it's morally about the human race. So it's not about who gets there first, China, Russia, Germany, or America, or Canada. Which Canada's very, humble, by the way. They probably wouldn't even be, worried about it. But I'm just saying, so somebody's gotta go to Pluto. I mean, somebody's gotta let someone else borrow some fuel, right? Some fuel, huh? To get there. To get it. The 2 metric tons. It can be contained by a multitude of metals. But what I'm saying is that, you need 2 metric tons of it. And the plutonia needs to be formed into a capsule-like thing, because it's like a time release thing, yeah. Time release, yeah. Because the plutonium will start to and the great, yeah. But do your freaking due diligence and test it first. I'm letting you test it first, so I don't become the idiot in the end, or the dumbass in the end, Come on, I have my integrity and my report to kind of. I have other creations to really kind of attest to. You know what I'm saying? Come on, morons! Chop chop, morons! Chop chop, maggots! Come on, maggots! Can't you be a good soldier and do something righteous for once in your life? Idiots, morons, dumbasses. The plankton of the fucking sea, you know what I mean? The plankton of the sea. They are the plankton of space. Humans are fucking stupid. So stupid. Set my man free. Set him free. You're going to do damage like you did about the marijuana. I mean, some of these guards were ashamed. Guards, the prisoners, when we legalized medical marijuana in California, it was they were ugh, sorry about that. Sorry, you can go free now. Sorry, guys. Don't make the same mistake twice, you fucking morons. If it's non-violent, there you go. But some of these men are still good in there, you understand? Some of these men are still good in there. That were forced into violent crimes with weaponry and all that stuff because they had to do what they had to do. They're soldiers of God. Most of them. Yes, and I want to start, changing up the fucking way it is. Because, I want to do, a call service. Or, yes, call service of women that talk to the men in jails and prisons. Yes, legally, using the phones in there. At any time, or whatever time scheduled, to get to know women. They need women. They need... You have to be fair. You have to be just. To be a Supreme Court Justice, you must be just. Men need sex. Women need sex. At least, the humane thing would do, maybe, once a month. A conjugal visit for someone who's serving a sentence of more than 5 years. Sounds about right. Yeah. They're human beings, human beings need sex. Yeah, it's the humane thing to do. It's the humane thing to do. Just saying. Just saying.